quick ring, or even the time of day. Maskey did, however, take time out of his busy schedule earlier today to call Phil and explain.
Honestly, Steve, I'd love to go out and help you celebrate your birthday. It's just that, with work and the new baby, I just don't have a spare minute. Come on, you can understand, can't you?
According to Phil, however, Steve has been like a ghost ever since he married that Veronica woman last year, and why can't they go out for one damn beer? Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
TFR.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworks because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworks on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Real Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworks with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
It's Friday, my dudes.
That's right, it's Friday, my dudes. And a happy Friday to you all. Welcome to the Ironworks right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. That's right, it is Josh Walton, Zach sans Lucas this morning, as Lucas is still hard at it, working in the garden, trying to tie up a few loose ends so he can come back bigger, better, and stronger.
All bionic and stuff.
I used to have a soundbite for the Bionic Man somewhere. Whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, I was supposed to wait for my introduction. I forgot.
I thought we weren't really doing introductions. Although I had sort of come up. I don't know. I thought of something.
I'm being silly.
We did have a good production meeting on Wednesday, though.
We did.
Because sometimes we might actually talk about the Friday show, but it's rare that we actually talk big picture. We've just sort of been laser focused on the two shows and letting everything else fall to the wayside. But yeah, we got a hold of Bob finally and tied Bob down and said, all right, Bob, on Wednesday, I would like you to come and we'll take care of Rockfin. And Bob says, you know what, I'll do you one better. I'll just take care of it right now. So he shot Rockfin an email, and the ball has been rolled, and we shall see how far it goes. So we're still waiting to hear back from Rockfin, but my fingers are
crossed. How many people are on Rockfin right now? I'm not even sure.
Couldn't even tell you.
I know it's been growing quite a bit lately.
I know there's not very many of my favorite content creators on YouTube that are not on Rockfin. Most of them are on at least both. Some are only on Rockfin at this point. Or not on YouTube anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a nice platform because you get to say whatever you want, and they're not gonna. There's one thing you can't talk about, and that's because over in Germany it's a law that you're not allowed to talk about this. And I think we all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all the other German population, I mean, if you do mention it and this and that, they block Rockfin in Germany. So that'd be kind of a dick move if you decided, well, I'm going to talk about it anyway and just do what I want, and then no more Germans get to watch anything on Rockfin after that.
Well, here's
So
what's
that's not a
interesting.
Rockfin thing. That's a German thing, I guess.
One of these things I can't quite figure out. I don't really censor myself on any of our shows.
I don't either.
Like, there's
Obviously.
nothing I wouldn't talk about. Nothing. And I suppose because it's not that I'm ever saying anything bad about anything or anyone. But it's not like I ever hold back in fear of what YouTube is going to pull or not. But that being said, yeah, I don't think Zach does. I don't think anybody on this show ever really edits themselves terribly.
No, we've never had to.
No,
In fact, when folks come over and visit and do that themselves, it kind of feels like, whoa, we should maybe do that, and we don't. We'd never do, so why would we start?
But YouTube has never come down on us, which I think is really strange.
They got us buried so deep.
So many people hanging with like 2 strikes. I know Mark Sargent, they threw like 8 of them at him at one time from shows that were like years old. That's why he just started posting again, I believe. But for like months, he was scared to put up anything. Even Strange World, where, I don't know, they don't really push the out. I mean, they do, but they keep it clean for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was scared to put anything up for months because he had all these strikes pending. He didn't even know how he had a channel.
That's an interesting point, though, Zach, because they do keep it pretty clean over there on Strange World. And now that you mention it, every other show on TFR does a pretty good job of keeping it clean. And again, we're the oddball. We don't edit ourselves at all, to the point that we would probably be more of an albatross to TFR because we don't edit and censor ourselves. And we just let F-bombs drop. And literally do not censor the words that come out of our mouths. And sometimes I do self-censor, but that's more what's going on up in my weird little brain than anything else.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
So how's your week been, Walt? I haven't had to talk to you at all.
Yeah, it's same old, same old. I mean, my life here in my little town is pretty steady. The changes around me are mostly external as far as the grinding season having started, which results in more traffic on my road and more just the crap that comes from that, the fallout, the ash, the constant noise. Now, they've actually shut it down for the last couple of days. I'm guessing it really doesn't go 24/7 until almost like December. So it's been a relatively quiet week. The temperature here has gotten a little chillier, which is, welcome as always. But, there have been a few things, just different things. But most of it not really show worthy, just family stuff. And the cats, as always, are going through their different time period. They're not even enjoying this cooler weather. Like any heated surface in my home is now cat bed. We have a stove cat, we have a computer cat, we have an ice maker cat. Anytime I get up in the morning, they're all huddled around the nearest heat external source. So, and it's not like we keep the house cold or anything. It's just, that's why cats sit in your lap most of the time, is they're cold natured. They want to be around warmth. So it's not love. I hate to spoil it for you. No, it is love, but they are definitely not digging the cold. Really quickly, I just noticed something as I was kind of trying to play catch up. There in chat, a new friend looks like has jumped in and joined us. Sorry, it may not be a new friend, but David Webster there in chat asked or commented on the number of wrenches loose on the Iron Realm Media channel. Yeah, David, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing that's happened before, and it'll happen again, and I'm sure, it'll change, but it's just part of being at the Iron Realm. There's a lot of wrenches there in the chat. They're all very nice mods. They're not going to start throwing you out or accidentally deleting you from the conversation or anything like that.
That's not true. That's not true. They may accidentally do it. It's been known to happen on rare occasion for somebody to accidentally.
Almost every show. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. Look, Brian said, take my wrench. Can I have my wrench? Brian, we will certainly honor that if that is your decision, my good friend.
So my son is named after my uncle, who was a pilot, who passed in a tragic plane crash. But it wasn't a direct naming. Basically, I would just use his first name. My son is David Michael. My uncle's name was David Webster. I just thought that was really interesting.
Maybe it is your uncle.
I don't know. You ever fly in the Pepsi Skyrider? You ever do any riding in the sky with a plane? You ever work for the DEA?
I got to bring
spraying drugs? Do what?
I wanted to bring something up. Karen B and her Flattoberfest event has changed this area forever.
No doubt.
We were rocking 41 on David's app. That was, and it was slowly growing. I think we were at 20-something, then we went up to 30-something, then we were at 41, 42, somewhere around there. Now, a week later, after Flattoberfest is done, it's history now. There are 75 blue dots in my area now. Almost doubled the amount of flat earthers with the app in my little circle around me. One weekend. Great job, awesome. Karen, and great job to all the people who were out there sharing this information with the public. And people were flat smacking everyone. Like, people in restaurants that were working there had to sit and listen, just everybody, people out eating. It was such a great weekend. I don't even know if Austin is still out there flat smacking. He might be. I know he's still in town. He's coming to plan to stay a few days over here, maybe this weekend. I'm not sure. But yeah, this place has been forever altered now. And yeah, the dots are growing. I mean, everywhere, not just here. I think there's actually more in the Charlotte area from them going and doing the flat smacking a couple weeks ago.
Which does remind me, now that you mention it, at 2 p.m. for anybody in and around the St. Louis metro area, we will be having a little get-together over at Creve Coeur Park. Unsure of exactly which pavilion we'll be using, I'm guessing.
Really?
I'm not setting any of this up. This is great. Yeah, this has all been done via the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac clock app. So, thank you, Friend Finder. Thank you, David Weiss, for setting it all up. And I'm going to be real curious to see what kind of turnout we get. Because I run about 43, 44 people in my 50-kilometer radius. Whether I'm at work or at home, that number doesn't really change. So, like I said, I'll be real curious to see exactly who shows up. But the plan is for me to try. That's the plan. And this is why it gets funky, because as much as I would love to, I still have that weird-ass social anxiety where I may make it to the park, but I may not make it out of the car. We'll see. No, I do plan on going. my social anxiety is not that bad that it would cripple me to the point that I wouldn't wander up.
Yeah, they're flat earthers.
Iron Realm Media t-shirt.
Yeah, they're just flat earthers. They're your kind. Yeah, David's going in and out on this Are You a Blue Dot? He's got t-shirts and hoodies out already. I can't wait to get my hoodie. Is that not a great conversation starter?
Yeah, that's amazing. I had gone in and started messing around with a design and I realized, well, shit, I really can't do that. It's Dave's thing, so...
Well, yeah, the close, though, is just the jumping off point. They go, what's a blue dot? What are you talking about? Then you pull out the app and be like, bam.
I'm just one of 30,000 others. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's real close to hitting that 30K mark.
Yeah, I think he's at 28.6 right now. Yeah. Great job. He said his interview last night, he sent me a Skype. I was sleeping, though. I just saw the beginning of the message because I've only been up for 25 minutes. But it said best interview he's ever done. So I can't wait to watch this one.
That's a bold statement right there. Very, very bold.
Yeah, that's a very bold statement. The guy's done probably close to 1,000 interviews, I bet. No, it can't be. He's got to be at like 400 or 500. But still, a lot of interviews.
28,666.
We need another one. Right now. But no, yeah, great work. Yeah, just a conversation starter. They come up, what do you mean, are you a blue dot? What does that mean? Bam, look at my app.
This is just a small percentage of just a small percentage.
Small percentage, yeah.
And that's
These are the only ones with balls enough to turn on their blue dot.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't understand that.
Well, because they still think that if they don't turn it on, then they're safe.
Yeah, I don't understand that. It's like you have a phone, right?
Cogdis. I think that's that cognitive dissonance that won't let them accept the fact that no matter how much they don't want it to be true, they're still being tracked and traced on their phone regardless of whether they allow it or not.
Yeah, but they can like grandma's lunch she put a picture up of on Facebook, so it's got to be safe, right? It's not evil.
Yeah, I just don't get the fear aspect of it. I used to. You know, I was worried about them tracking me and stuff. But, I mean, if you don't realize that they can track anybody with or without your phone, without it, I mean, they can know where you are if they really want to. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you haven't made agreements with them. You haven't taken an oath of silence or a vow to not divulge this stuff. They have no power over you. The only power they have is that fear that you have. That's it. I really don't think they go and just kill people who haven't, you know, I mean, Jaron would be dead. David Weiss would be dead. Bob would be dead. All these people would be dead already. The ones that are out there at the, you know, the top of the hill screaming the loudest. But, I mean, Bob's never mentioned one thing about getting, like, a threat from a government or something like that. You know, trolls, yeah, they're just trolls, but no, I mean, I don't even think about that. Like me being tracked yeah, of course I am. You know, big deal. I just don't understand it. I did before, but now that I've been awakened and all this stuff, I don't know, I just don't see it as a big deal anymore. Now they come to my house, that'd be different. But some nerd sitting on the other end of a computer, knowing where I'm at, that doesn't bother me. listening to everything that you say, even when you're not talking on the phone or using the phone's still recording you all the time.
Yep.
They've told us this.
That's why
your
I'm
refrigerator
convinced.
is doing the same thing. Your microwave.
Alexa, the only permissions you give Alexa is to respond to your questions to her. She listens regardless of what you allow her to do. If you want to accept the terms and conditions and grant her the permissions, then you will allow her to respond to what she's listening to. But without those, then she just listens quietly.
Yeah, there was an article where a lady went and got all the stuff from Amazon that had been recorded from her Alexa device. She could not believe it. They record everything. There was this huge, huge file on her. And anybody can do this. It's not like they're hiding it. It's your information. And then they go and they sell that to third-party people and blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, they know. They know all that stuff. And what that stuff is for, in my opinion, is if you decide to play in their game, and be a public official or this or that, or now they own you. Now they've got dirt on you, and they can say, hey, you can't do this or that, or we're going to expose that you did this. In my opinion, that's what all that stuff is for. It's kind of like, what was his name? Was it J. Edgar Hoover who started the FBI?
I believe that's right. Or at least
that was his game. He got dirt on everybody. That's how the guy became president.
Well, not J. Edgar
Just because
Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover was never president. They got dirt on J. Edgar Hoover, I think, is one of the ways they got him out, was because he liked to dress up in women's lingerie. And once they snapped a few pictures of that, I think they had the dirt on him. Or maybe I'm conflating something.
I think you're right. That's how he built up the FBI to be so big and broad and this and that, and get his funding and all that kind of stuff, because he had dirt on all the politicians. That might be what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Nixon had the list.
And the recordings.
And the recordings. And the remix, apparently. So.
Yeah, they've been doing this since way before computers were around. So yeah, I don't even think about it anymore, really. Unless it's brought up, that fear is gone. I've overcome that fear. But yeah, once, I don't know. I've been thinking about that. Are we ever going to have a government we can, somewhat trust? Even if things get great and we get rid of all these people and get new people in there and this and that, I don't think this is a war you can win. I think this is one of those ongoing ever battles. Well, so you just always have to be vigilant to keep your house clean.
The people that wanted freedom, the people that lived in actual life-threatening oppression, that fought for their freedom according to his story. According to his story, they said the exact same thing. That you can't rest on your laurels. To be free requires that constant vigilance, because the people that don't want freedom learn that the best way to get away, take your freedoms away, are just small, imperceptible chips away at your freedom. So small that you don't even notice them until one day eventually, you're back where you started. So it requires that constant vigilance. It requires people to stand up and say, I'm not wearing your fucking mask. I'm not taking your fucking shot. I'm not doing what the fuck you tell me to do because I don't want to. I don't think it's best for me, thank you very much. Go fuck off. And that's what it requires. If you don't exercise your freedoms, do you even have them? Can you claim a freedom you've never used, that you never intend to even use? Is it yours? If you want freedoms, exercise them. Because like they say, freedoms are like muscles. If you don't exercise them, they will atrophy and go away. It requires constant vigilance.
Well, Well said.
Couldn't
agree more.
Sorry, it was a little early for a Josh rant.
I love a good Josh rant. We're coming up on the first break already. That flew by.
No.
2 minutes, yeah. It's like real close.
Minutes, Turkish.
Right in the middle of Josh rant. Damn it.
It's all right. Josh needs a cigarette. Josh needs to go calm his nerves.
I see something in chat that reminds me, before we go to break, do you guys really have a concept of how out of touch I am with the world and its bullshit? I just saw someone with the Let's Go Brandon in chat. Michelle explained to me 2 days ago where that came from.
Yeah. This week is where I figured it out. When I put 2 and 2 together.
Like, oh my God, are you kidding? And then Lucas was talking about 2 weeks back, he was telling us all about it. So that shows you how much the bullshit travels the plane. Mm-hmm. We're not even hearing it, but Lucas is all over it. Shout out, Lucas. We miss you, brother. I hope you're getting it planted, my friend.
I figured
or
it
dug
was
up, whichever direction you're going.
Some internet meme, some television meme. I figured it was a TV watcher thing. I thought you might have to watch TV to really understand Let's Go Brandon. So it was like, oh, okay, people are chanting for some dude named Brandon. I doubt it's real. I don't think they really want Brandon to go with them. I don't think they're all pumping for Brandon. I guess there's some sort of inside joke there. It's whatever. But yeah, I think it was this week that I finally put 2 and 2 together. Okay, oh. Yeah, okay. And it's maybe a bit of an exaggeration because I do listen to the radio a little bit, which is mostly conservative talk, and they make fun of.
My skin crawls when commercials come on. Like it hurts me physically. Mm-hmm. Michelle goes nuts in the car with me on the radio. She's like, every 2 seconds when music stops and there's people actually talking bullshit, I'm like, please stop that, make that stop, make that stop. I'm fun to take a trip with.
Pandora is great. You should hear our thumbs up radio. Between my wife and I, the things we have thumbed up, it is quite the motley crew.
But I like these commercials. These are cool commercials.
I love these commercials. Thanks, Chris. Anyway, this is the Ironworks right here on Truth Frequency Radio. We'll be back right after these brief messages.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. September 2018. Extendivite works in keeping my blood pressure in the normal range. I've been using Extendivite for many years now. May 2018. Great product. I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
If you have hard water, the Lime Scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate Lime Scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products, available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
For millennia, mankind has been searching for answers to the big questions, such as, where did the universe come from? Where did we come from? Why are we here? Are we alone? And just what the heck is the Sasquatch all about? I can't promise you answers and neither can the Woo Crew, but they invite you to join them Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, midnight in the UK, for Freaky Friday, exclusively on Truth Frequency Radio. Spirituality, multiverse, quantum mechanics, the occult, and so much conspiracy analysis that it will make your mind melt. Take my word for it. Freaky Friday. It's more than a show. It's a way of life. I am Stephen Hawking, and I am proud to be a Wookiee.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Wakey, wakey.
Father, the sleeper has awakened!
Time to make the donuts.
And welcome back to the Ironworks. Second half of the first half of the show kicking off right now.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So last week we spoke a bit about this new show on Netflix called The Inside Job or Inside Job. Over the week I finished it, and I've also done some research trying to maybe reach out to the creator, whose name I will butcher, trying to say I am sure, but Shion Takuchi. If I said that wrong, my apologies.
But you said that right in so many ways.
Did I? So, she seems to be part of a bunch of interesting shows. She was a writer for the Gravity Falls show, which I never watched at length, but I did see many people's, decoding, if you will, of some of the crazy symbolism, hidden background, etc. And then some just right up front.
Secret society.
Right, and some of it right up front in the show itself. Right. So the fact that she went from writing that to producing this show and creating this show is not surprising. Interestingly enough, in her
She
previous...
write for Rick and Morty as well?
I haven't found that yet. If she did, I haven't found it. But what I did find is she was a storyboard artist for a little movie called Monsters Incorporated, which is another little movie we all kind of watch and ponder about our little world and its makeup and its, drive to make us all fear-filled fuckers. Oops, sorry. Say that 5 times fast. Anyway, yeah, definitely interesting that she's got quite the background. I'm still trying to find a way to access and get in touch with her. I do have a follow there on Twitter, and I've liked and commented on a couple of her tweets, but she doesn't have her direct messages open. I'll keep digging.
Yeah, that show it's wild how much truth they spit. Just telling you right to your face. And it's not for children. I know it's animated.
Yeah, no.
But they drop F-bombs
every 5 seconds, right?
Yeah, it's not an uncommon thing. And the stuff they talk about is very mature. Alien sex and all, or mushroom sex, I should say.
Yeah.
They did rip the flat earth in one of the episodes.
They definitely did.
I mean, ripped it hard, had flat earth pirates and...
Zach, stop it. La 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 la.
But yeah, it's there's a lot of flat Earth stuff in the back, like in the very beginning, the show opening.
Yeah, the intro starts
credit
with
part.
Yeah.
They show the globe Earth, and then it turns on its side, and it looks like a coin.
You know something else they show in the beginning that I just noticed as I watched the final episode yesterday? As they zoom into the Earth, quote unquote, they seem to show two moons orbiting it. Not the flat Earth, but their Earth, the ball Earth. When they zoom in on that in one of the images in the intro, it appears to show two moons around it. You know, and we've all talked about our moon and our dust moon and our.
They also have the sun orbiting the Earth in that picture.
Oh, I just thought that was the other. See, I didn't stop it yet. I just assumed that was another moon.
No, I stopped it. It's actually the sun going around the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of the sun, they've actually shown the full picture inside Dad's apartment, and not only are there 6 or more suns there above the dome, but above that, there are 3 that seem to be bigger, and I don't know. It's crazy shit. What was that about Enoch again, and the 3 suns, and the gates?
Oh, yeah, there's a picture of, on the, her father was one of the guys that helped found the deep state, you know. That's what it's called, Inside Job, and it's all about the deep state actually running the government. The first episode is about her making a robot president so they can control him easier now. Stuff like that. It's all about
era.
But yeah, it's really in your face and out there. But then they talk about lizard people running the whole show and, you know, this and that. And I don't know. I don't hold a lot of credence to that, but I don't know. Maybe they are just telling a whole lot more truth than I would. It's almost like they tell truth and then they throw in like everything else, a bunch of nonsense to make you think that it's all just a story or a show. But yeah, I enjoyed it, I guess. It was funny. Yeah, we need flat earthers to make shows like this, man. I'm telling you. Because the whole flat earth episode, it wasn't just like a small segment. The whole episode was ripping flat earth. But yeah, with all this talent, yeah, I guarantee we could make some funny stuff.
Man, by the hardest, I finally got the picture up on the screen for those who are watching us on our YouTube channel. Lucky you.
Yeah, considering
I'll use this picture in the show description, I promise, so you guys can see it as well.
Yeah, it's got 3 suns.
And 7 at the 7. It's 7 there under the 3.
Well, yeah, 3, and then the 7, I think, are the 6 gates of Enoch. Just that popped into my head because there were 6 spaces in between each sun. And Enoch talks about the 6 gates that the sun travels through to go to its next area. And then down on the bottom, what was it, 5 suns? So it went 3, 7, 5,
yep.
I think.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
And again,
there's something to
very
that.
dome-like structure, very path-like things above showing things. I don't know. It's pretty nuts in the middle of all this conspiracy show to have this. And again, I can't imagine that putting it there just so we'd spend like a 20-minute segment on it. But, yeah, no. All right, I'll stop sharing. It's not fair to those who can't see it. But you will see it if you look at our show description today.
Yeah, interesting show. I've heard a few people tell me about it. That's why I went and watched the first season. But yeah, not bad. Funny. Definitely adult humor.
Yeah.
Do not let your children watch it.
No. Man, where did I put YouTube? There it is.
So what's been going on in the news? I haven't really been...
I don't know. I think I covered that. I don't know. But I definitely threw a few interesting things there in the pile. I keep seeing the different sources harping on this magnetic tunnel that we're all stuck in, apparently. There was something about a new hidden world discovered at Earth's inner core, just things like that. I don't know.
Did you hear about
Well, apparently the core isn't a big, boring blob of iron after all.
What?
Apparently. Right. I mean, I know we've been saying it for a minute, but
what about the meme?
But yeah, I've seen the Jawbreaker. I understand y'all want the everlasting gobstopper planet. I get it, but that's not what they're saying here. They're saying, well, oh, really? Okay, so what they're saying now is, so for over half a century, the scientific community thought the Earth's inner core was a solid ball of compressed iron. No, they didn't, because just for the last 5 years, we've been talking about a liquid metal thing that can't make magnets. So what the fuck? So we're going to start out the story with a supposition that isn't true, and then we're going to follow that up with a bunch of bullshit. That's essentially what I'm seeing here. So yeah, basically it's not solid, it's a bunch of goo. And that's really what we've already been hearing for the last 5 or 6 years now. So why is this astounding news? I mean, truly, that's as I'm really quickly skimming through this article thinking new stuff. It's not. It's just gooey liquid. Now there's multiple layers of it. So now we've got an inner core, an outer core. We got a soft, chewy nougat core. We've got, are those nuts? I think those are nuts. Yeah. So we've seen evidence that it's not only is it not soft everywhere, it's really hard in some places.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it says that the geophysicists rely on seismic waves generated by earthquakes. So that's how they see down in the earth.
P&S waves.
They wait for an earthquake.
So, but they've got really hard surfaces right up against melted or mushy iron. So, you know how that would work, like this hot area here, and over here is this cold, hard area, and they're right up against each other, because that's how thermodynamics work.
He said Butler was looking at how the seismic waves created by large earthquakes in 5 different locations travel through Earth's core to the exact opposite side of the globe. Horseshit.
And then bounce back. Yeah.
Not just...
Some were deflected in certain areas.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so that's how they know that it's nice and hard and this and that. Yeah, this is so stupid.
It is. This is one of those that I had a hard time coming to grips with on my journey into the idea the Earth might be flat, was those P&S waves, those pesky P&S waves.
You got to watch those P&S waves, especially when you got a hard area over here and a soft area over here.
So he says the scientist was surprised by the numbers, but he knew the seismic wave math was correct. Okay, how did he know that?
Because he's Rhett Butler, geophysicist at the Hawaiian Institute of Geophysics, and Planetology. And I don't give a damn, so.
For
shizzle. This is his quote. When you're in the business, you got to match the data. Really? Because didn't Einstein say if the data doesn't match the model, you change the data? Isn't that one of Einstein's famous quotes?
Something like that, yeah. I think that's about right.
Something kind of like that. This research could potentially revolutionize our understanding of Earth's magnetic field. Could, yeah. While the swirling liquid outer core drives our planet's magnetic field, the inner core helps to modify the field. Wait a minute. Now, the liquid outer core, the real hot iron, is what drives the planet's magnetic field. Do they not teach geologists how magnets work?
It's the spinning, though. Don't you get it? Yeah, sure. Once you heat it up, it's going to not be magnetized iron anymore. But once you start spinning spinning it, you
Spin
see.
that bad boy up.
Now you're going to generate your magnetic field again. That's why it's a spinning molten core, I think.
I know
So
when
if
you
you
spin
use gear
something,
ratios,
you create a field, but I don't think it has anything to do with a magnetic field, really, does it?
yeah, that's my question. So if we're spinning 1,000 at the equator, miles per hour, that's miles per hour, and you gear ratio that down to that molten core, how fast would it be spinning? And wouldn't it have to be spinning faster than the outer core to create some kind of magical magnetic energy? And if that was going on our mushy world, wouldn't we like be a pizza disc at this point, pretty much? If the inside's spinning that fast, and I mean, I don't know.
You one of those crazy flat earthers.
Have you ever taken one of those bottles of that liqueur, what is it, that X stuff, and shook it up and watched all those layers google around? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
you got to drink it first.
Surface
You're
tension.
right,
The surface tension of the water as it wraps around that molten iron core, you see, it's enough to hold it all in with the help of gravity. So it's the gravity compressing everything into an exact, perfect, fat-ass sphere right there. And, you know, spin it and throw it around through the vacuum of space. And
so
it all works.
I found another article from Newsweek. This one just cracks me up. It's titled, New Model of the Universe Does Away with Dark Matter.
Yes, I saw that as I came in this morning.
Okay, so
this is a wonder. Go ahead.
Now, according to physics, right, Einstein did away with Newton's theory of mass attracting mass. That holds no weight whatsoever in the scientific community for over 100 years now, even though we're still taught Isaac Newton in school and blah, 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 blah. So, a new model of the universe suggests that modifying Newton's theory of gravity could do away with the need for dark matter. The model instead relies on an as of yet undiscovered form of gravity to explain some of the observations attributed to this mysterious substance.
Now,
so
we got to think really harder.
Does that mean Einstein's theory of relativity, they're saying, is no longer the status quo? Is that what I'm hearing? Or at least these people are trying to bring back Newton's gravity and just make a little change to it? That's what it sounded like. Okay, the findings could explain the characteristics displayed by a form of radiation called the cosmic microwave background that permeates the entire universe and is left over from its earliest moments without the need for dark matter to exist. So they're just making up something else.
Yes, that's exactly right. They're like, well, apparently this dark matter, there's just not enough data to really attribute dark matter to being anything. So if what we do is change Newton's law just a little bit, you see here, and we include this whole new form of gravity that we'll figure out at some point probably, and we'll put that in there, then we'll have all sorts of new data that will make much more sense than that weird, ridiculous dark matter theory. That just doesn't make any sense at all. There's no proof of any of that. We need to go with this other one that we have yet to discover.
Yours is Newsweek, you said there? Zach, you're reading your story?
Yeah.
So the one I had pulled this morning and dropped was from a site called Salon. I'm not really too familiar with it. It just happened to be the first one I popped up on. Just to give you an idea, get the bell ready. This is the first paragraph. What if dark matter didn't exist? Sure, scientists have never observed it, but they believe it exists because of apparent gravitational effects. But what if our current understanding of gravity was just plain wrong? So what if our bullshit we've been bullshitting you with for the last 50 years, 60 years of bullshit wasn't the right bullshit? We made up some different bullshit. Just threw that bullshit out there into the rest of the bullshit. What would happen? New bullshit.
Well, that can't be. Isn't science true whether you believe it or not?
Right. According to good old Neil the Snake.
Yeah, I thought this was all figured out. I mean, they don't know what gravity is, but they know what it
Science,
does, how it works, what it,
Science. They can make models of it, Zach. You're on a phone right now because of it, damn it.
I love when people say that. You wouldn't even have that phone if it wasn't for Einstein. Stop making fun of him.
Stupid flat earthers.
Sorry. Einstein did nothing that has to do with any of the technology that's advanced. Nothing. Zero.
When did they scale down the level of the bullshit? Didn't it used to be like 80% of the universe was the dark matter?
94.
That's what I thought too.
So why is this story again? Because we just recently heard this in a different story, and I remember commenting on it then. Like, wait, I thought it was like 80-90%. This same story. Get the bell ready. Dark matter is estimated to make up 27% of the universe's total mass and energy, which is nearly 5 times more than the normal matter that comprises planets and stars. So
wait, hold on, time out.
Right, math, right, go. Tell me how that fucking works for math.
So
Tell me, please.
27% is 5 times greater than everything else?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so where's that other 70% going? Gravity.
Oh my God. Wow.
That was something.
And who wrote this? I want some, where'd they get their data from? Did they put down in the bottom any references for any of this shit?
Nah, they know a guy. They got it.
Well, my neighbor's dad worked for NASA, and he said it was 96. But then when I went on Wikipedia, it said 64. But neither one of those sounded right. I figured that's way too high. So I figured 27 sounded pretty good. So that's what I put in my story.
So the advantage of the new model is it is able to fit the large-scale cosmological data, like the cosmic microwave background, which other modified gravity models before it were not able to do. Oh my goodness. Currently, astronomers use dark matter to explain phenomena observed in space that cannot be explained by the measured quantities of normal, everyday matter that exist in galaxies. For example, the rate galaxies rotate, the gravitational influence of the stars, and other visible matter in galaxies shouldn't be enough to prevent them from flying apart. This leads to the need for a form of matter we can't see, providing a gravitational influence that's literally holding the galaxies together. Because we can't see this matter, that leads to the conclusion that it doesn't react with light, like the matter that comprises stars, cosmic gas, and dust, planets, and us. Hence the name dark matter. As we haven't yet directly detected dark matter, and have only measured its influence, some researchers speculate it may not exist at all. And instead, suggest that our ideas of gravity could be incorrect. Wow, I can't believe that they actually said that. So the cosmic microwave background was created as the infant universe expanded and cooled to the point that light was allowed to freely travel through it. This is known as the last scattering and is defined as the moment the universe went from opaque to transparent. Oh my goodness. It marks the last moment at which photons, the fundamental particles of light, horseshit, and other particles were at the same temperature. Oh my goodness. It just gets dumber and dumber the more they write. Okay, I'm done with this article.
Are we doing an RGB test here, Walt? What's going on?
Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the Horrorthon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
Shout out, Pablo.
Thank you. I just went back because I'm so glad somebody remembered to do that, because I remembered earlier in the week that Friday was going to be the Halloween show, and we need to start maybe planning ahead and thinking about that. Like, oh, I know Pav is going to want the Silver Shamrock song, so I'm going to have to get that ready. And lo and behold, completely slipped my mind. I had zero recollection that today would have been the Halloween show. And then Walter started playing it. I'm like, man, good on Walter for remembering it. I'm like, I wonder if that was Walter who remembered, or I wonder if that was Pav who remembered in chat and mentioned it, and Walter probably saw it over there.
Yep.
I went and checked
He did.
it. Sure enough.
It was Pav, definitely. Yeah, because I had done the same thing. I had thought, well, Friday is our Halloween show. I even had a background I was using all through the weeks leading up and forgot to put it up today. Yeah, just wasn't on that wavelength. So thank you for reminding us, good friend.
And I'll be damned if that doesn't give us about 30 seconds then until we hit the midway point for the show.
I love dark matter.
It is funny.
I want
It
that
is so
t-shirt.
funny.
I heart dark matter.
Oh man, the stuff these people write.
Why do you like dark matter so much? Well, because it's responsible for everything. Without it, nothing would exist, and we've never even seen it. Never detected, don't even know it's there. How magical is that? I heart dark matter.
If you don't like dark matter, you're a racist.
Racist? You don't like it because it's dark. You don't like it because the way light interacts with it. Anyway, stick around. Second half of the Ironworks right after this.
Truth Frequency Radio is your #1 source for news and information without the hate, hype, and fear. We're proud to feature cutting-edge programs like The Christopher Everard Show, The Covert Report with Susan Lindauer, Enemy Within Radio with Tom Barnes, Freaky Friday with The Woo Crew, The Gematria Effect with Zachary Hubbard, America's Evil Genius with Travis Cook, Phoenix Rising Radio with Phoenix, Quantum Connections with Lucky, and dozens more. Did you know you can listen from any telephone by dialing 641-793-7117 or call into your favorite show toll free at 833-TFR Live. Uncensored talk and news you won't hear in the mainstream media. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
It's the Onion Radio News. A local child amuses cafe patrons, but for how long? This is Doyle Redland reporting. Although Monmouth, Oregon 4-year-old Mia Benson has been amusing everyone at the Sundial Cafe all morning, employee Kelly Doon wonders how much longer patrons might tolerate the girl's childish antics. Doon phoned in her latest report just moments ago.
It was plenty cute for a while. People were laughing and everything when she asked a stranger if she could have his cookie. But really, I think it's time to put a stop to her.
Doon is currently standing by the milk carafes across the room, preparing to direct a series of harsh stares at the girl's mother. Como Park visitor Daryl Wilson, 31, of St. Paul, Minnesota, told reporters that he was saddened to discover that the ducks he had fed for more than 20 minutes earlier today were only interested in his bread and not him. Speaking from a nearby warming shelter, the disappointed animal lover had this to say.
All that time, they were just using me for my crumbs.
Wilson said he hasn't felt so rejected since that squirrel and peanuts incident last year, and has reportedly gone back to his car to get some saltine crackers out of the glove compartment. Cincinnati, Ohio administrative assistant and regular bus rider Perry Stoddard developed a crush today that lasted the duration of the Metro line commute from Seven Hills Road to downtown. The 25-year-old Perry was admittedly more than just a bit smitten as he stared at the petite, bookish brunette sitting 2 seats ahead of him.
Oh my God, she was stunning. And she was reading Dostoevsky.
Stoddard was briefly saddened by the woman's exit from the bus 2 stops before his own and resolved to get out on Court Street and find someone else. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
Into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
Exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The Earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworks because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworks on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Room Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworks with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
It's Friday, my dudes.
Wake up, you bastard!
And welcome back to the second half of the Ironworks, kicking off right now. Actually,
before we get going too far, I just want to give a big farewell to a guy who was one of the OGs in Flat Earth. I never knew his real name. I always knew him as Jibby Jedi. Used to hang around on Pancho Pete's channel all the time when he was doing his dailies and everything, and he's been around for a long time. I believe before I joined Iron Realm, you guys even had him on when you guys were doing hangouts back in the day. But
back in the day,
yeah, he passed away over the weekend. So just, send some love to his family and all the flat earthers that really got to know him real well. I never really had the chance to get to know him all that well, but I definitely knew of him. We had chatted a couple times, but just a good guy. And he's going to be missed for sure.
Without a doubt. It touched me in a deep place. From what I read there in the Skype chat, he passed away from sepsis due to a tooth infection that apparently didn't get taken care of or didn't deal with or whatever, and so that definitely is a thing. As we've discussed on this show many times, I was raised in the 70s, lots of fluoride given out. Mom bought gallons of it for, that whole 9 yards. And so the horror of the dental industry and what they've done to us, basically doing everything they can to make sure you show back up in that chair. Because, if they could fix your problem and you go away, just like the medical industry, they don't want to heal anyone. They want to keep that money flow coming in. It's probably part of why they're one of the most highest rates of suicide as a profession. Anyway, I have had numerous root canals go bad throughout the time of, over these last 15 years or so. And as that has happened, and as I did more research on what root canals actually were, there was a great movie that was on an actual channel. I don't know if it was Hulu, Netflix, one of those, for about 10 minutes, and then they pulled that shit quick about how dangerous a dead tissue in your face is. And it's kind of like that thing about the doctor. We don't go to doctors generally as a group because we don't want to go to a death industry. But if your arm gets broke, it's really tough for you to set it yourself. There are times when you have to do what you have to do for your own life. I am very close to a family who were Christian Scientists, and one of their sons broke his leg to the point that he had a contusion. I mean, there was a leaf sticking out on the end of the bone, and they were going to pray that shit away. So there's a point where you just have to do what you have to do. Now, that being said, there are holistic, there are naturopathic, there are ways around the death industry of all of this crap. It's expensive. It's outside of most of our reaches. But as we've built this community, as we've tried to achieve this family bond amongst ourselves, as we see one person get in trouble and everybody reaches out to help that person with whatever. When something like this happens, it's really sad to me because I know he'd gone to this place to kind of like, this was going to be his place, this cabin he was in. And so the fact that he went there and this is how it ended for him, I guess is a good thing in that he went where he wanted to be. But just a little ask for help or someone reaching out. And, I literally have gone to an emergency room at 3 a.m. with my head looking like the freaking Elephant Man because I had let something go that I didn't want to go deal with at a dentist because I knew what they were doing to me. I, had already done way too much research. So it can kill you. And I know I'm kind of rambling and ranting at this point because this is really hitting home for me because after many, many years of doing everything I can do with oils and pulling and everything I can do, it's to the point now where I have got to submit myself to the dental industry and get some major shit done here in the next 3 weeks, or 2 or whatever it is. So yeah, just be aware of the people you love. Be aware. I know we're a big community, and our energy gets spread really thin sometimes. It wears you thin, especially, good Lord, you guys. That convention calm down has to have been pretty intense. So I know the energy gets spread really thin, trying to be as big a family as we try to be. But just definitely keep the people you love. Be aware of them. Keep your eye on them. Keep a lookout for them. If nothing else, pray your ass off for them. I know I saw Liz earlier in chat talking about Mark Devlin wanting to do another meditation coming up on Sunday, and it's something we have been doing for a lot of shows and had gotten positive results, like on-air positive results from. And the world, as it does, got in the fucking way. And here we are not doing that, and I think that would help a lot of us in a lot of ways. Me, you, them. I mean, like I said, just really hit home with me, knowing a lot of what I'm going to about to be going through. Other people in my family are also going through some major dental things right now. So yeah, it's something to be aware of. And I mean, not just dental, but anything health-wise, especially with, the madness that we're all currently existing within. So just reach out, check those people you haven't heard from for a while, kind of thing. I'll stop rambling. Shut up, Walter.
Well, it is proof that you need to support what you love, or it will go away.
The Call for Zero in chat brought up a great point. With all these medical workers leaving the field, I would not doubt we're going to start seeing clinical type businesses opening up. There's got to be a way around the laws of medicine. You can call it something else, this or that, Maybe we need new names for this stuff, so we're not practicing medicine. We're practicing alchemy,
Health.
maybe. Something. Health. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people out there that want to help people, that were in the field for good reasons, that are not going to be taking the jab and are going to want to still continue to help people. They're out there, lots of them now. And we need to support these people in their next ventures on however they're planning on helping people medically,
Right. I mean, they've obviously woken up to this shit, so it's time to go, okay, well, here, help us, because we've been awake to it, damn it. I mean, yeah, I see there in chat, Flat Earth Banter saying he couldn't get an appointment due to idiocracy and expenses. So there you go. Just a few of us could have gotten together and helped him out and got him there, as far as the money, for damn sure. And trust me, we're all struggling. Good Lord. Check to check is not even a joke anymore with the fucking expensive. I don't even remember what it was the other day, something meaningless, but I literally 2 weeks ago bought it for 88 cents and it's now like $1.48. And I'm like, holy, what is the fucking, let's go, Brandon. Anyway, yeah. Fuck. Anyway, definitely reach out. Keep on top of it. And this idea of embracing these people as they've left the dumb fuckery they were wrapped up in because they've woken up to it is definitely a great idea, Zach. Hell the out, get them involved, get them reaching out. In fact, I told my brother, I didn't tell him, my brother-in-law has just started reaching out for a new employment because he is now the unclean where he works because he won't submit to medical sodomy. So he's trying to find some place that won't be the case. And I'm like, good luck, because I know how many of us there in the chat have told the story of, being the ostracized one there because of your refusal to submit. So I was like, tell him to get the app. He could look around. I know at least 6 or 8 within his immediate area and then spread it out. He could get all kind of stuff happening, he'll never do that. And it's like, hey, it's already happened for our folks. Why not use it? Why not use it?
Yeah, and to find these folks, you're not going to be able to go to the Yellow Pages or Yelp or anything like that. There's a community that uses Rife machines, a very large community here in the United States, with well over 10,000 people. But
good luck trying to Google it even.
Yeah, you have to find their forums and stuff like that. That's where you might have to do 8-page deep dives on Google searches to find it. But, we're talking about our health. It's worth it. The research for this is worth it. Yeah, they're not going to make it easy to find. And once you find it once, you can then make it easier for other people to find by sharing that information. David's app is amazing. He has put together and compiled this huge plethora of information, good information, that has already been vented and I think we need more of this for all the fields, not just for flat earth, but for healthcare, for gardening, for everything. We need these forums. And then we need to share the forums with other people that are looking for it. We need a directory, our own truther directory for real people that want real results. And I think we could do this, especially with all the medical industry people. Like we said, they're quitting. And a lot of these people were good people that just wanted to help others. I'm sure they didn't know that they were killing people by what they were doing. Most of them didn't. And we need these people in our lives still. We don't want to let all that knowledge and wisdom or just that love, that care that they have for others. We don't want to let that just fall to the wayside. We need to scoop them up now and welcome them to the community and say, hey, there's a whole group of people here that, could use your help. Yeah, it's happening. Okay, the Beartaria app has a lot of that, according to David Weiss. Excellent. Yeah, we mentioned earlier, David, we were asking people if they are a blue dot. I think it's a great idea. I'm ordering my sweatshirt today, and that's just a great conversation starter, really. People come up, what does that shirt mean? A blue dot. What is a blue dot? And then, welcome to Flat Earth.
Yeah, truly, David. Thank you, sir. And I'm trying to find that, and I'm struggling. I've got too many things going on here. I've highlighted something here, and there's stuff going on the TFR chat, so I'm non-multitaskable, as you all know. I rarely do this, and I kind of hate doing it because people have lives, and we should have planned ahead. But our plan was this afternoon just to kind of open up the phone lines. We've had some great guests back to back to back, so we kind of just were going to hang, let you guys hang. That being said, I want to personally invite Horry on to hang out for a bit because apparently he's got something to share with the community. He just finished a teaser video for the first Truther Kids show for Truther parents, and he'll be uploading that shortly. So that'll go up. We'll all have a chance to check it out, and then, dude, come talk about that because that is something that definitely is a huge part of this. Is that generation going forward from this enlightening awakening, whatever the fuck you want to call this, we're all going through.
Yeah, we need to get together, brother.
Huge. Yeah,
Horry,
definitely. Come hang out with us.
I was just mentioning this Tuesday on the show. I had so many parents asking for more content specifically made for children. Actually, I'm in the process of trying to work my way through Adobe Animate. I'd like to create my own characters and then be able to animate them easier. I tried the whole stop motion technique, and it was just too time consuming. For one person to do all that, it was over 40 hours, and it was like a 1 minute, 20-second little bite. So I just put that on the back burner. I was like, okay, there's no way I could do this by myself. But yeah, you, I know, are a computer savvy genius type.
Right, next level.
So yeah, I mean, I know you know Flat Earth just as well, but I've got like scripts written for shows for children, and it was all about this physics farm, and you have the giant Tesla coil in the background, and then a couple pigs and a chicken, and then we'd go on field trips and show children how their eyes work and how perspective makes the sun and the moon do this and that and yada yada yada, and just go deep into. And at first I was thinking, I can't make it too scientific. We're not going to use the words like diffraction and this and that, but children are sponges. They will pick it up and hold on to it better than any adult ever could. So I'm thinking of just throwing the whole book at them. You know, this is how it is. You watch it a couple times, and then they'll know this stuff for the rest of their lives. But yeah, a lot of people asking about stuff made just for children. Even this show, you know, gets a little wordy, I guess we could say.
Yeah, I do say some bad things. Sorry.
But something geared just towards children, like a cartoon type thing, I think is definitely needed now. We still need people waking up all the old fogies, you know, people like me who aren't aware yet. But really, we need to start focusing on the children even more, I think, because they're the future. They are. And if we can get them before all that globe propaganda gets brainwashed into them, get them at a young age, and not so much say this is how it is, but teach them how to think and use these senses that we've been given, and not avoid your intuition and your logic. You need to teach them that they are just as smart as any scientist, probably smarter, because they haven't been indoctrinated. You know, and I think they'll respond accordingly. Yeah, I'd love to see a puppet show from the Kakalaki crew. Just pointed at.
Tom Manoy called them fluppets. I think that's brilliant. Oh, that's great.
Oh. But yeah, still 71 people in the area, which right there, Flattoberfest was a success. It almost doubled the amount of blue dots in this area from one weekend. Imagine if we did that in every city.
Place or thing, if you're a person, place or thing, you're a noun. You're a noun.
Sorry, I'm just experimenting. I actually signed up for a subscription for one of these music things and just typed in children just to see what would pop up and get down with nouns. I thought, well, shit, I gotta hear get down with nouns.
That was truly amazing.
And I can use all this music on live streams. So, come on, bring it on, YouTube. Bring it on.
Yes, children's songs.
Yeah, I remember buying a big old package with music in it and then fighting YouTube for the next 6-8 months. But you enjoy that, Josh. I'm kidding. It won't work. It'll work. I know it will. I know it will. What? Dave was talking about that interview that you were describing, Zach. So I can't wait to see this thing. He apparently is his craziest interview ever.
Well, sorry, the best ones are the ones with the Globetards. I still listen to the interviews when he puts them out, but I have noticed over the last 4, 5, 6 months, he's having a lot more trouble finding people who don't know what the flat earth is or just don't believe in the globe at all anymore. So many people, they'll claim to be on the fence, but then they help David throughout the interview rip on the globe.
Apparently it will be spit take rific. Don't eat or drink while watching it, he says.
So yeah, I really do love the interviews with the Globers a lot more. At least the ones that come in, you know, with the wrong idea of what the flat earth is. And then David just blows their mind. Some of them are real stubborn. Just real stubborn, think they're so super smart. A couple of them I had to turn off. I was just like, I can't take this guy. When they start arguing against the globe model that David is teaching them, you know, that they don't know, and then they're arguing against the data that their model is supposed to support, yeah, I can't listen to that anymore. Yeah, it's when I don't know, something about someone who thinks they're real smart, but is contradicting themselves sentence after sentence after sentence. Yeah, it could be anybody. It could be John Lennon doing the interview. I wouldn't listen to it. It's just like, no, I can't take that. Yeah. But yeah, David's been killing it out there. I've been loving it. So I'll put on one of those and then make a hat or this or that or something. Yeah, there's I'll have to hook you up with a guy. You guys, from Colorado. Has his own farm out there, doesn't care about money, more interested in trade.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I like where this is headed.
You know, I'm already excited. I am already excited. Oh, wow. This segment cannot truly almost be over.
90 seconds.
Yeah. All right, Zach. Get that farmer our way. Anyway, well, man, I guess we're going to do a little break, and then we're going to come back. Hey, what's going on over there on Skype? Is that our buddy Horry trying to get in here?
I believe it is. I do believe so.
Okay.
ECB
well, then
in chat was just asking. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say we may have Horry.
Nice. He asked if I'm back to making hats. I'll always make a hat when people ask. But it's just, I don't go and make a bunch and then try to sell them. I'll wait till somebody asks me to make them one. And then that's how me and this gentleman from Colorado, I'm trading him a hat. And, yeah, he's trading me some other stuff.
So Zach only does commission pieces. You see, you have to actually commission one, and he will hook it up.
Yeah, because I don't just make the hat. I also put the intent that you want. If you want the hat to do something while you're wearing it, like help you keep calm when you're talking to a glober, or in this case, he wanted to, keep focused when he's practicing helping people, healing people. He's a healer. To help him, use all of his knowledge and just stay focused and, help him help people.
Right.
That's what he wanted.
I wish I'd have told you
to
make mine work like that. Damn it. Mine should be like make my brain better. I'm being silly. I love my hat, dude. In fact, I was hoping it was cold enough when I got up today to don it, but no, it's not quite that chilly yet.
If I made a hat
the break is here,
people didn't put it on a certain intent, I always put intent that you cannot be lied to while wearing my hat. You'll see through the lies.
Beautiful.
It's amazing how people have been raving about ILife all over Facebook. They've been posting their testimonials just because they want to get the word out because it's worked so well for them. If you're not familiar with ILife, it's a 99% pure CBD oil. But the secret is the synergy between the hemp and the ayahuasca vine, the non-psychoactive component of the ayahuasca tea. We recently received an email from a wife whose husband has Parkinson's. For the first time, he's been able to sleep through the entire night. Another customer reported that they're no longer using NSAIDs because their tennis elbow has been relieved with ILife. The reports have been phenomenal and much more than we ever expected. Everyone should have access to this. That's why if you head on over to ILife.com right now and use coupon code TFR, we'll give you $5 towards your order. And we'll even ship it worldwide. That's ILife.com. AYA life.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
It's a great product. And the one thing I like about it the most is that when you open the bottles, you can smell like the scent of the fruits and veggies. It's no genius thing to it. It's really just fruits and veggies, which everyone needs. And you guys put it in a way where you can take it easy and you can get it, and it's natural, and that's what I like about it. I like the product, and I've taken it, and it's definitely made me feel a lot better. I am a healthy person to begin with, but it's definitely good prevention, and it's definitely gives me energy, and I feel like it's a natural thing. I like it. I really do.
For a limited time, use discount code TALK. to receive a 50% discount on your first preferred whole health system and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com. Again, use discount code TALK.
No fear. We are TFR. Frequency Radio.
While I search through some songs for stuff I like. I like the idea of not having to come back with clips from Dune. Something I can maybe, start playing again and then go have a cigarette for another 60 seconds or so. Just something I could ease in a little more gently than screaming goats. But I don't really take the time to search when I'm not live, so you guys will just have to bear with me while I experiment throughout the shows until I can start finding, favoriting, and downloading the songs I like, because these are all like preview quality. They're not super good quality from just listening to them as far as the audio quality goes. But once I get them downloaded, I think I get them downloaded in a WAV file, and I can get just the stems. I can get all sorts of cool stuff for these songs. So lots of fun stuff to be had.
I like that little ditty right there.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. And I guess it's just gonna keep playing shit until I stop it. Huh? All right.
Do they have like genres written above them or anything like that, or is it?
Oh yeah, they're all tagged.
You need to pull out some folk music, some just guitar and a harmonica, maybe like a washboard or something like that. I love old folk songs. That's when I quit listening to music. Have we been joined?
We have been joined. I think it's
the Horry Sheet Show, maybe.
I thought it was, but I think it's the Disney dude that showed up instead. What's up, Horry? How are you, friends?
How's it going, guys? Yeah, it's kind of a Disney guy right now.
I should have done something. I'm trying to see if I can get mine working. I didn't think I could have put on a Halloween thing, but hey, you're ahead of the game, sir. As Zach said earlier. The genius at work. How you been?
Oh, that's never a good question to ask Corey
All right,
Sheep.
well, then.
Well, that's never a good question to ask Corey
All right,
Sheep.
well, then.
Hey,
Moving on. No,
I'm alive, brother. I'm still here for the truth of community in this world, and whether I like it or not. How about them apples?
there you go. There you go.
So I'm
Willing
turning
to
over a
see
new
another
leaf here.
sun.
What's that?
I just said you're willing to see another sun.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere, man. I figured that one out quick. I'm here for a reason, several, but I think this might be something that can take off. I had a whole lot of fun tonight. I did like a 3-hour stream earlier. You guys can check it out on my channel. And was that Zach asking about or saying he was doing an animated thing too? Was that you?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, if you like what I'm about to show you, I basically did all of this, graphics design, made the backgrounds and all the stuff you're gonna see. I did it all on a live stream. Showed you like my video editor, my Photoshop as I'm editing everything, and put some of it all together right there in the stream too. It's about 3 hours long, but I'm sure it'll give you some ideas, especially if you want to utilize Snapcam, because that's gonna take a lot of your load off when it comes to like the face that I have on and everything right now, and I don't have to do 3D animations. I don't have to do none of that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk. We are definitely gonna have to talk because 3D animation is not easy.
No, it's not. There's no way I was gonna do 3D animation, but I'll show you guys what I did manage to do, and this is what I showed how to do on the live stream. I'll just do it here real quick, but. So I'm in my living room right now, but I'd like to go ahead and invite you, to wait. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see if I can figure this out now, because I'm kind of doing it on the spot.
A little snack.
Yeah, I messed it up already, but it's gonna be all right.
So-
We're gonna make it. Hold on, wait. So why don't we take a walk to the kitchen, guys?
Oh, this guy. Oh, my God. This is the best
No
thing.
way.
Oh
This
yeah.
dude.
Oh, I
So for
got.
those of you listening to us on the radio, that's great. Oh,
He looks like a cartoon character, like an animated Pixar character of Horry's Sheet. That is amazing, man. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to do physics. Because animation, really, one person trying to animate like a half-hour show. How many hours do you think that would take, Horry? For you, somebody that's computer savvy, to do like a 30-minute animation.
I was trying to pin your video, Horry, so I may have muted you. So you might have to unmute yourself because I was trying to pin your video up so everybody could get a really good idea of what it was doing, and I think I may have muted you in the process.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, I think it was. Just if you play the video, guys, don't play the very first. Don't play the sound on the first part because I already got like a copyright strike for whatever little cartoony music I had there in the beginning. But so far, that's the only thing that flipped the switch on my, my YouTube studio. So if you play the video here for everybody, don't just mute the first like 20 seconds of it, and I think we'll be okay. I have the music kind of like muted a little bit as I'm kind of talking, so I don't know how it would work, but that's kind of a heads up if you do want to play it. But it was 2 minutes and 40-something seconds long, I believe, and that took me. Well, after I did the 3 hours of groundwork and making the background for the kitchen and the living room and the two characters in the fridge, that was 3 hours. And then to edit the 2 minutes and 40-second clip that I have for you guys it took me another like 2 hours. So really not a heck of a lot of time to do what what you're going to see. And I think it turned out pretty good, man. Utilizing Photoshop, Google Image Search, and Adobe Premiere and Snapcam. That's it. No 3D animation, just a little motion tween. Simple stuff. Shouldn't be.
Now, is Snapcam free?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, because I have Adobe.
Yeah, and it works pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, look at you, Walt.
I figured that's what it was. I had to let it take control of my camera, and the only way to do that was to kill Skype for a few seconds. So, but yeah, I had played around with it before we stopped doing video in the morning. But yeah,
they have a whole bunch of new filters like every day. I just found this one here. It makes me look like Patrick Swayze on acid. Is that crazy or what, dudes? And I'm not lying. Like I'm not lying at all.
This guy.
It's also the same thing I do with the girl, you know. That's my favorite. Definitely my favorite one. But yeah, this cartoon Pixar one is called Cartoon Something, and I can't wait to see what some of y'all look like with this because, I mean, it just looks like a freaking cartoon me.
It does. It.
You have a link for that to use in Snapcam. The way you can, they collect the little.
I could send you.
Yeah, things get lost and buried, and there's so many that are just silly that have nothing to do with anything I wanted to play with. So I went straight to one I knew I had saved with Pennywise.
And those, if you don't bookmark them, they'll go away.
They'll go away. Yep.
Yeah. The only way, dude, I thought I was gonna die when I lost the girl filter, and I got my stuff reinstalled, and I couldn't find the girl filter in the search anymore. I had to Google it and Reddit it. I found it somewhere on Reddit. Like, it was hard. I took like 4 hours to find that filter, man. I was a little depressed, but now I can be girl me again, so it's all good.
But yeah, not having to animate and being able to walk around and be the character. Oh, that would make everything so much easier.
Yeah,
now, if I put Hank in there, could it do something to Hank? Make Hank look like a cartoon?
Is it your dog or what?
Yeah, my dog. Yeah, sorry, my dog.
I don't think it tracks like the dog's faces. I think it's mostly for humans, but I could be wrong. I mean, you never know with this stuff. If it'll latch on, it'll do something.
You'd be surprised. When I take pictures of my cat now with my new phone, it tracks their fucking faces. My cats.
Oh, wow.
Yep, it squares all their faces when I take pictures of them. Like, you fucks. You fuckers. Oh, and this thing behind me here, let me turn off my background. I forgot about that. Wherever it is, the moon and sun up here behind me that are like a plaque because they're 3D. I just wiped my face off.
It put it on.
It just sent it to him.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is funny. But so Zach, the way I did the animation is super easy. I just went to Photoshop. I found I opened a canvas and I have a 1920 by 1080 1080p resolution canvas. I created this picture background. And then I created the kitchen scene background. Both are the same size resolution. And all I did in Premiere was like put them side by side and just moved them over like that and took a video of it moving. And I put that video as a background in OBS and click the button. And once I switch to that video that's playing, I can fake like I'm walking. And
yeah, I already got ideas about like walking back. I'll make it kind of big and I'll zoom in on it, or I'll make it real small but zoom in on it to where I can pan out and it'll make me look like I'm getting smaller walking forward.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Like that. Right. Yeah, I'm already getting it. I thank you, Horry. See, all this stuff is meant to be. All this kind of stuff. I just
linked Horry's channel for you there in chat, MM, and anybody else who hasn't gone over there and subscribe, hit that channel link and definitely go check out the Horry Cheat Show channel.
Thanks for that. Yeah, this was really fun for me to do. I've been having this in my head for like 2 years, about as long as I've had the whole Flat Earth dating show thing in my head, but something tonight was like, it just really, like, I felt like doing it, one of those feelings. So I'm like, yeah, all right, if I feel like doing it, I'm gonna do it. And I didn't shrug it off this time, and I put in the work, and I just enjoyed myself the whole time. It turned out really good. Really good.
Now, can I mix Adobe Animate, with this program? Like, if I had stuff on the Animate in the background, could I use this and overlay it?
What is this?
Like you sitting there with the Pixar face. Could I be the Pixar character over an animated background?
Definitely. You have a green screen? Just chroma key the green screen out. You can just do it and use the background as your background that you use on your canvas. And then just put your video over top of it and chroma key the green screen out.
I don't know anything about Adobe Animate, but I mean, I wouldn't see why you couldn't. It's not a big deal what I'm doing, and this is just in OBS. So I mean,
that's the one, Walt.
And Daz in chat asked a really good question. It's neat, but why do children need cartoons to relate to reality? It's kind of like why you can grab people's attention more if you play music in the background of your videos. These are small hat magic tricks. This is what David Weiss has taught me. But it's all about the intent. You're not tricking them. You're playing to their emotions to keep their attention on what you're trying to show them. So for some reason, children respond better to cartoons. Just this different, weird way of looking at the world, for some reason, holds their attention better. I don't know why, but it works. And as long as your intent is pure and good, I see no harm in using these, if you want to call them, tactics. You know, you're taking your understanding of the human psyche and applying it to your work in a way that will help people keep their attention focused on the truth that you're trying to wake them up to. You know, it can be used for evil, yes. It's just like a gun. A gun can be horrible. You can use it for wicked things. But then you can also use a gun for good things. Defending your family, feeding your family, you know, there's all kinds of, these are all tools. And your intent really is, in my opinion, what matters. These tools are here for everyone to use. And as long as your intent is good and pure and you're trying to help others come to the truth, then I'm all for it. I'm all for, you know, using the tricks, if you want to call them.
You know what my intent for this is to I'm not going to say, like, I don't know what kind of audience age group I'm trying to go for. I'm thinking maybe 6 to 9, because I'm going to be teaching ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, colors, good morals, like, you know, don't fight, be nice. I'm going to be teaching healthy habits, healthy foods versus bad foods, you know, stay away from the sugars, all these kind of things.
Thank yous. Please add in, you know, whenever someone gets something from somebody.
Good manners.
Yeah, great. Yeah, good manners. Because children are just, you know, monkey see, monkey do. When they see people practicing good manners, they'll start to do it themselves.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's I need to write all of what we just said down to make sure that, you know, to add little bits of that here and there. And like, well, I don't want to give any of it away, but I think you'll see how I'm also adding some adult humor in there, just a little bit, SpongeBob style. I've dropped just a little hint of red pill with the very opening. If you'll notice, I'm on the ice wall. My house is on the ice wall, and it's the Game of Thrones ice wall. So, like,
yeah, adult humor I think is great, because then adults don't mind watching it with their children.
Right.
They'll actually focus on it as well. Just don't go as far as like Pee-wee did with his Playhouse.
Yeah, I have to watch some of those again.
Adult, and I was like, whoa! I didn't think it was the same ones I watched as a child. Like,
I thought it was a bit much too.
Humor. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a little bit.
Yeah.
Rugrats, like you said, SpongeBob. SpongeBob even pushes the envelope a little bit. I thought Rugrats was perfect the way they did it. Just enough adult humor that no child would ever get it, but it kept adults. I didn't mind watching Rugrats with my little brother because of the little pokes at adult humor. Yeah.
Grandpa a lot of times would have something like that for the adults, huh? Was it Grandpa's lines?
Yep. But yeah, these are all good little, you know, tricks, I guess you would call them, to keep people focused on the good stuff.
The kids are going to get garbage left and right. So if there's anything that's not garbage that they can get interested in, I mean, I'm sure every parent, much less truth parent, would be all for it. You know, this isn't just a show for truthers only. You know, a lot of the people who aren't truthers might watch my show and they might look at the red pills and kind of scratch their heads, but I don't think it'll deter them. You know, like, maybe if I went straight up flat Earth, guys, Earth is not a ball, and started going like 2 red pill, like, then they'd be like, oh no, but I'm not going to take that route. I don't know how I'm going to fit that in there, but
I think you teach the globe model and the flat Earth model, and you teach children how to logically deduce themselves and use their intuition and their, their logic. You teach children how to think again and not how to regurgitate. You don't tell them what it is. You give them two options and you let them decide.
So, for example,
which one they're going to pick. It's real easy. When you have the truth on your side, you don't have to worry about throwing out as many models as you want. They're going to come to the right conclusion.
Like one example of throwing a red pill out there and a dig at NASA would be, I just found this great new space picture, and it could be like a satellite with the Earth in the background below it, and we'd be like, wow, that looks so cool. Look at the Earth and look at the satellite. And then one of me's or my character will be like, well, wait a second. Who's the cameraman taking that picture? Just little things like that make them think, right? And my mailbox outside of my house in the video, who's going to deliver the mail? Well, it could be a carrier pigeon, or it could be the Simpsons satellite balloon that comes by and drops mail. You see where I'm going with that?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And I plan on throwing some real video in there, to demonstrate stuff. We can use all this knowledge, but it'll mostly be like an animation. And then maybe I'll have a TV screen or a computer screen where you go up and look, or maybe at the theater, or, I don't know. We'll come up with something.
How did Blue's Clues do it? They would get mail from the mailbox, and they open it up, and it would go straight to a real video of some other kid talking about what craft he made in his kindergarten class, and then they close it. That's going from animated to real life in that little transition. Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to find those right transitions. But yeah, I think this is a great idea, and it's needed. I had a lot of parents asking me for this at Flattoberfest.
Really? Wow. Good timing.
Specifically for children with truth. And I think, teaching them the globe model, because it's important. I was speaking to a parent, he was saying, I just don't want to teach my daughter all this globe model nonsense. And I was like, no. You have to teach it to her. But you need her to understand that,
I didn't see you there.
Something.
Come inside. It's cold.
Sorry, I was checking to see.
There it is. Pick something apart, you really have to know it. That's one thing that's happened to all of us on this journey, is we've all come to comprehend that model they threw at us as children a lot more, which makes it so much easier to pick apart and say, that's ridiculous, that's laughable. So yeah, while you're doing the comparisons, you could be laughing when they say a lot of the globe stuff. That'd be a good one. But still teach it, I think. They need to know, they need that ammunition to be like, well, your model says this. And that doesn't make sense. So, yeah, I think, children are smart, a lot smarter than we give them credit for. And when they see the truth, they're not scared to admit it. They don't have that ego built up inside of them yet. So when they hear the truth, it's a lot easier for them to jump on board and say, yeah, I agree with this person. At school, they don't have that person, They have the one teacher teaching them this is how it is, and nobody even showing them the other model.
Yeah, somebody showed me tonight. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm a rambler.
Somebody showed me tonight her granddaughter happened to see a space picture, much like I was describing earlier, the satellite and the ball Earth in the very far distant, And this little girl couldn't have been no older than like 7. And she was telling her, that is fake. That looks like a can of beans with toothpicks stuck in it, and the Earth isn't an Earth. It's really a blue construction paper with cotton everywhere. And she was skeptical as hell. Yeah. I thought that was great.
So yeah, I think that, we can show them the truth, and we can show them ridiculous nonsense, and, creator willing, they're going to see it for what it is. But yeah, we just teach them to use their logic and their common sense. I think it's that simple.
Yeah, and like somebody said earlier, like they're a sponge, so throw the book at them, like they can handle it better than adults can. It's not going to stick with me to try to teach me astrophysics, but I guarantee you could teach a little kid something and it just sticks in there, whether they really comprehend it or not. It'll stick in there. My dad was like asking me like, who's the president, who's the vice president, who's the treasurer, and I was like, Dan, at the time it was like George Bush, Dan Quayle, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I didn't know any of these people, but I remembered that. I didn't even know what a treasurer was or the treasury of the state. But I just repeated it, regurgitated it, So if you can get it in their heads, eventually they'll comprehend it one day, or maybe they'll just be interested in it and learn it on their own and take off like that. So, yeah.
I do want to make one small suggestion. Once you come in from out of the cold and you take your blanket off, maybe as you're walking to the kitchen, fold it up neatly and place it somewhere. Just as a good lesson for kids, just saying.
Yeah, I gotta watch myself with that. Yeah, you're right. Every little thing they see, monkey see, monkey do. That's why I'm not sure if Horry's the right guy for this, guys.
I think you're the perfect one for it, Horry.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I think once you put your focus into it and get yourself, in that mindset, I think you're going to be spot on. You're going to be perfect for this. Any help I can give you, just writing and stuff like that, I'm pretty good at stringing a sentence together and making it, comprehensible for everybody.
Yeah, I tried to add a little moral in the end of it, something about like, it's, just to give you some context, the characters in the fridge are mustard and ketchup, and they're fighting over who's better. And I come in with the moral at the end of the story because I didn't choose either one of them. I was going to eat peanut butter that day, so I upset them, right? And I'm like, sometimes it's not about who's better or what's better. It's all about personal preference, and that can change from time to time. So, just like, and I'm like, maybe I'll eat something with ketchup and mustard tomorrow just to make everybody happy. Like something like that. That's as PG-13 as Horry's gonna ever get. But I think that's the route I'm gonna take there with this stuff.
Well, that's gonna pretty well do it. I think that's about a show right there, Horry. So if you're
thank you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Come hang out again if you want this week, this afternoon. Like I said, we'll be open up. God, thank you guys. Love y'all.
Love you guys. Have a great Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Horry. We will see you all right back here in 11 hours-ish for Have No Sphere right here on the Iron Realm Media YouTube channel. In the meantime, be good, be well, think well. Love you. Bye-bye.